Plan Japan. Logical routes, realistic budgets, zero guesswork. 10 days in Japan, Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, with day trips to Nikko and Kamakura. This is an alternative to the classic route. Same 3 cities, but with 2 of Tokyo's most rewarding day trips built in. In this video, I'll walk through the full day-by-day plan with a budget breakdown at the end. So here's Plan Japan. If you want to save your itinerary, sign in first using the button in the top right. It only takes a second. I'm setting up a 10-day trip for 2 travelers in US dollars. I'll select Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka as the main cities. Then add 2-day trips, Nikko and Kamakura, both from Tokyo. Interest on default, budget on mid-range, hit generate, and there it is, 10 days, fully planned. Day 1 is arrival day in Tokyo, Sensoji Temple and Nakama's shopping street in Asakusa. Arrive before 8 a.m. to beat the crowds. You can click on any activity name to open it directly in Google Maps. Then Meiji Shrine and Yoyogi Park in Harajuku, a serene forest shrine. Harajuku Takeshita Street and Omotesando for shopping in the afternoon. Most shops 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Day 2 is the Nikko day trip. 2 hours, 10 minutes from Asakusa on the Tobu Nikko line. There's a book button on the day trip header linking to Klook. You return to Tokyo overnight. Shinkyo Bridge and Shrine approach. The iconic vermilion lacquer bridge marks the entrance to Nikko's sacred area. Free to view from the roadside or 300 yen to cross. Then Toshogu Shrine Complex, Japan's most lavishly decorated shrine, the mausoleum of Tokugawa Ieyasu. Look for the carved sleeping cat and the 3 wise monkeys. Allow at least 2 hours. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Buy combination tickets at Tobu Nikko Station to skip queues at the shrine. Kigan Falls, one of Japan's 3 great waterfalls at 97 meters tall. The paid elevator descends underground to a platform directly in front of the falls. Dramatic and worth the cost. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Can partially freeze in winter, which is spectacular. And Ryuzu Falls and Lake Chuzenji, the Dragonhead waterfall tumbles into Lake Chuzenji. Best viewed from the small tea house cafe beside the falls. Stunning in mid-October with autumn foliage. Day 3 is the Kamakura day trip. 55 minutes direct from Tokyo on the JR Yokosuka line. You return to Tokyo overnight. Great Buddha at Kotoku Inn in Hase. Enter the hollow statue for 50 yen extra. Open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Then Hasedera Temple, hillside temple with sea views and a beautiful hydrangea garden, peak in June. Open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Hydrangea season. June to July has timed entry, book ahead. Tsurugaoka Hachimangu Shrine, Kamakura's main shrine with a beautiful boulevard approach, free entry to grounds. And Enoshima Island Walk, connected by bridge with sea caves and a lighthouse, allow 2 to 3 hours. Sea Candle Lighthouse 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Caves 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Day 4 rounds out Tokyo. Akihabara Electric Town in the morning. Anime merch, retro games, and maid cafes. Most shops 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then Deepachika Food Hall, crawl through the basement. Food halls of Isetan in Shinjuku or Takashimaya. Japan's finest prepared food, sweets, and bento. Shinjuku in the evening. Omoidi, Yokocho Yakitori Alley, and Golden Gai with over 200 themed bars. Stalls open from 5 p.m. Golden Gai bars from 7 p.m. And Don Quixote, Japan's 24-hour megastore, open 24 hours. Tax-free shopping for purchases over 5,000 yen. Bring your passport. Day 5, Shinkansen to Kyoto, 2 hours 18 minutes. There's a book button on the travel badge linking to Klook for the bullet train. On arrival, Fushimi Inari Teisha, the famous thousands of torii gates, free and open 24 hours, and Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. Visit before 7 a.m. to beat the crowds entirely. Day 6, full day in Kyoto. Kiyomizu-dera Temple on the wooden stage over a cliff, best at sunrise. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion, arrive at opening. Very busy by 10 a.m. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Philosopher's Path, a 2-kilometer canal walk linking Nanzenji to Ginkakuji, lined with cherry trees. Open 24 hours. And Gion District Evening Walk. Best at dusk to spot Maiko on Hanamikoji Street around 6 p.m. Day 7, another full day in Kyoto. Nishiki Market Food Tour, 100 plus stalls, try pickles, tofu skewers, and matcha. Gets crowded after 11 a.m., many stalls closed. Wednesdays, best visited early morning. Then Ryoonji Rock Garden, the iconic Zen garden, quiet and contemplative before 9 a.m., open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tenryuji Garden and the Sagano Romantic Train in Arashiyama. Garden entry, 500 yen. The scenic train runs March to December, not every Wednesday. Sagano Romantic Train closed most Wednesdays. Check the JR website for dates. Day 8, Osaka, just 28 minutes from Kyoto by Shinkansen. There's a book button on the travel badge, Kuromon Ichiba Market from 8 a.m. Osaka's kitchen, fresh seafood and grilled meat. Many stalls close Sundays. Go early as popular vendors sell out. Then Osaka Castle and Nishinomaru Garden. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nishinomaru Garden closed Mondays. Dotonbori, street food, walk in the evening. Takoyaki, okonomiyaki, and kushikatsu. Comes alive after dark. And Hozenji Yokocho. Atmospheric moss-covered stone lanterns in a tiny alley. Best after dark. Day 9 in Osaka. Shinsekai and Tsutenkaku Tower. Kushikatsu at Daruma. No double dipping rule. Tower 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then Den Town for electronics and manga. Osaka's answer to Akihabara. Most shops 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Don Quixote Dotonbori. Recognizable by the giant Ferris wheel on the facade. Open 24 hours. Tax-free for purchases over 5,000 yen. And Nakatsu Shotengai Arcade. Old school covered shopping street frequented by locals, good for cheap eats. Shops typically 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Day 10 is departure day in Osaka. Namba and Shinsaibashi shopping. Shinsaibashi Suji covered arcade is 600 meters of everything from Don Quixote to Uniqlo. Shops typically 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Pokemon Cafe Osaka if you booked ahead. Reservations open exactly 31 days ahead at 6 p.m. Japan time. Slots fill within minutes. Umida Sky Building for a final evening if your flight allows. Floating Garden Observatory, spectacular at dusk and after dark. Open 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Now the budget. For two travelers on a mid-range budget, the total comes out at around $4,863. Roughly $2,432 per person for 10 nights across 3 cities. Flights are around $1,713 total. $856 per person returned from the U.S. Accommodation, $1,124 for the trip, $562 per person. Intercity transport, $283. Local transport, $138. Food and drink, $752. Activities, $273. Airport transfers, $58. And a 12% contingency buffer of $521. Check the JR Pass section, Krok. For this route, individual tickets are cheaper by around 83,800 yen per person, so skip the pass and book segments individually. Non-JR segments like the Tobu Nikko line aren't covered by the pass at all, so that's a complete 10-day Japan itinerary, Tokyo, Nikko, Kamakura, Kyoto, and Osaka, with a full budget breakdown, Google Maps links for every activity, and direct booking links. PlanJapan is completely free. Try it at planjapan.app. Link in the description. If you want the shorter 7-day version or the full 14-day routes, those videos are up on the channel. Thanks for watching.